Hello, welcome to Books with Porn Stars, Books with Porn Stars. I'm interested in unusual people, eccentric characters like John Waters, Grace Jones, Dorothy Parker, and porn as an industry I find weirdly fascinating as well. Not like just for the reason that you might be thinking, but also as the kind of people who do it for a job. Like, what are they like? What made them do it? What do they think of it? So I have read 3 books by porn ladies who fascinate me, because not only are they porn ladies, but they're also very artistic and interesting personalities. And the first one was Sasha Grey, the Juliette Society. She got the name from a book by the Marquis de Sade, Juliette, and also it's kind of inspired by Eyes Wide Shut or Trom Novel, which was the original book. And there's a lot of film talk in the book, as in this happened like that film, blah blah blah, which I'll admit it does get annoying at times. But I feel like the book was marketed wrong. I actually really enjoyed it, and it's interesting that on the front cover it says the next E.L. James, because that's just not what it is at all, and I think that's why some of the reviews online were a bit mixed. It's not trying to be E.L. James, it's a lot more kind of artsy and strange than that. I agree, I would have preferred perhaps a little bit more plot and less sort of random imagery, but I get what she was going for, and I do wish that there was a little bit less this happened like that film, But she uses a lot of her original fantasy imagery as well. And there was one really Lynchian bit that I enjoyed, with a man in a wardrobe and a woman getting changed. So I think it's much more creative and strange than people were expecting, and that might possibly be what turned many people off it. But I actually enjoyed it. I recommend it. I've lent my copy to my friend, so I don't have it here, but Sasha Grey, the Juliette Society. And the next one is a straight up memoir from Asa Akira. Is that how you say her name? I don't know. But the front cover is really pretty. You can see my ring light there, sorry, let's frame her face. And it's really candid, funny, interesting. It's just her story of getting into porn and how she has found porn, and some of her humour didn't jive with me. Like, she'll occasionally mention perhaps a joke that a friend texted her, and I'll think, oh, I didn't find that funny. But it's just her completely open and honest nature, which is what I get from the book, and she's not going to sugarcoat her personality or who she is, and that's what makes it such an interesting read, I think. Apparently she's written another one and I want to read it, so yes. And the next one is my absolute favourite. It's one of my favourite books, let alone a book about porn or whatever. It's one of my favourite books now, full stop, and that's Philosophy, Pussycats and Porn by Stoya. Stoya has done quite a lot of writing online and in various publications about what it's like to do porn. But she's also written in a gonzo journalism style, and her thoughts on life are really interesting. She's very intelligent and she's a fascinating lady. She always looks really cool. I like her kind of gothic appearance. She's very pro sex worker, obviously, and one of the more fascinating bits that I found involving this is a section called Around the World Amsterdam, and it reads: about a month before this video was shot, the women who work in the red light district were protesting the continued closing of their windows. One of the signs said, "Don't save us, save our windows." According to Felicia Anna, a window worker who maintains the website behind the red light district in both English and Dutch, the windows are a Dutch sex worker's best option for self-employment. Every time I found myself back on the Oude de Kerksplein, sorry about that, I saw the statue of Belle, dedicated to sex workers all over the world, and the Prostitution Information Centre, which was opened in 1994 by retired sex worker Mariska Major. Every time I was awed by how organised and political the women working in Amsterdam seem. The PIC wasn't open during my stay, but I did touch my fingertips to the door and think, beep, yeah, self-employment. So I think that pretty much sums up her attitude towards it, and also my attitude. I think it's a job, you know, good and bad. And also, if you're interested in, you know, sex worker rights and a little bit of history as well, Whores of Yore is a good Twitter account to follow. That's Whores of Yore. So I highly recommend that one, even if you really don't like the idea of porn. You might find a different way of looking at things. So there we go. Okay, the end. Bit unceremonious. Bye.